Test, there we go. Oh, this thing, it's in here. This is sensitive somehow. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Draw 7 at the 2020 Sentinel Storage.
I don't mind trying
Alberta
the tip.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Our feature game in the morning is Team SHERRER versus Team VAUGHAN. We're in for a wild one today because we have 4 teams tied right now at
2 and 4.
2 and 4, and one team at 1-5. So everybody is still in today.
Just back line.
So right now we got Laura Walker at 6 and 0, Kelsey Rock 5 and 1, Krista Hilker at 4 and 2. Those 3 are in, and then tied at 2 and 4 are Marla Shear, Casey Scheidegger, Nikki Kaufman, and Kayla Skrillik, all at 2 and 4, and Jody Vaughn at 1 and 5. And this is probably the first time I've ever seen a round robin where 1 and 5 and you are still in the event.
Yeah,
so it's really remarkable.
Yeah. That's Wade Johnson that's joining us here in the booth, 1999 Alberta champion. My name is Mike Libis, so hope everybody's listening in and enjoying the coverage. We're in for a good one this morning.
Jody.
And we'll keep an eye on all 4 sheets this morning, try and keep you updated as what's going on.
It's an early draw, but actually crowds aren't that bad to start off this morning.
And it's real early this morning.
Yeah.
That patch was rocking last night. And
yeah, felt like we just got into bed and we were getting up to come back.
Pretty much were, yep.
Yep. Oh, maybe that's what happened.
That's what happened. Well, no promises what we're going to say this morning. Although we never made promises anyway.
No.
Gord Rhodes said good morning, guys. And
hard line. Really hard
yes,
line.
we are hungover. Gord, thanks for bringing it up.
We did get a chance to try all the Far Brewing beer.
Megan's got her seat this morning. Morning, Megan. Although it's almost lunchtime out in Ontario.
So we just had a flash there from the Shear team. Looks like maybe she got that going a little bit.
Julia Selvius.
So we'll go over the sheets. On sheet D, we have Kaufman at 2 and 4, playing Hilker 4 and 2. Sheet C, we have Walker 6 and 0 against Skrillik 2 and 4. Sheet C, Scheidegger 2 and 4 versus Rock 5 and 1. And our TV sheet, the Vaughn team at 1 and 5 versus Shear at 2 and 4. So it just worked out perfectly that all the teams that play each other are the perfect ones to let everyone in. So we'll see how it works out.
If every team that's supposed to win or could win, we could have all 8 teams in at least a tiebreaker.
It was very positive.
So it's a pretty incredible situation.
I'll throw a winger next time.
But everything looks good this morning. Got a little decent crowd for an 8:30 game here in Alberta.
Oh. So we rubbed and rolled back to center to guard the opposition here. I didn't see exactly what she was calling there.
I don't know, but they were sweeping it pretty early, so she might have been a little tight out of her hand.
A little tight.
Okay.
And then you get that real late finish.
A little trouble early here.
At least they got the hammer. Sher's got the hammer, so.
Jody McNabb throwing.
4-5. Line's good.
Jody McNabb, the third for Team Vaughn. And
4. Much. 5.
just throwing up a center guard here.
5. Okay.
Gonna put a little pressure. This is a little different than we've seen most games.
Yeah, it's a.
Haven't seen a lot of Roxon play in the first end here this week, but a little mistake early though. That's why things get changed.
Sorry
up
about
here.
that first one. I thought it came out nice, and then I just kind of
I think you
sent
were
it
sliding
off.
right at my broom. You bet.
Yeah,
No problem.
just a weird one. And then that second one, did you like my?
Well, we got third for Team SHERRER.
Yep.
DeJong.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Good shot.
Sorry, we had to ask Deb to step in. We're a little unsure of how to say Janus. Is that how you would say her first name? Janus? Janus DeJong.
We apologize if that's incorrect, but it's been a quick turnaround from last night. Oh, it just got one by the guard there. Great throw.
It's a great shot.
By Jody McNabb there.
They're going to chase in line 3 here. Little hit and roll. They're going to try.
Yeah, one little nice little hit and roll here will actually get switch things around, because you can hit and roll and stay shot behind the corner there.
Yep. 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 Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Is it gonna...
Good shot.
She got shot right behind the corner.
okay,
I
just
think
so-
she's dead buried there.
Just a perfect hit and roll, dead buried behind the corner.
Yeah,
So
changed
things
the whole
change.
end around.
I got 14-5 on
What
yours.
a great
so
throw.
14 should be good.
Parade around.
Mine are just curling a bit more, Joe. Let's go there on
It'll carve in there nice for sure.
So they're saying they're going to carve one in here. Obviously, they're playing the draw instead of the
Yeah.
tap, which I always, if it'll bury him behind there, I go to the draw first instead of the tap.
Okay.
It's always easier to draw a rock in there than make the perfect tap. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little easier line call too.
Yep.
Sometimes it's hard to go on rocks when you're playing the tap if you're trying to get the line perfect all the time.
You got it, Joe.
Kicks about that 85, Val.
So we got Skip Jody Vaughn here,
Mine's good.
and this team is out of the Lethbridge Curling Club. Beautiful facility down in Lethbridge. I know their coach, Jeff Davidson, is from Lethbridge down there as well. He's a coach of the university team.
Jeff's also a former Alberta junior champ. I bet you didn't know that, Mike.
Didn't know that, no.
Can't remember what year, 1988, 1989, somewhere in that range.
I was playing hockey in '88, so didn't pay much attention to
I
that.
think he played with Shane Park, I think, was who he played with when they won the juniors.
Actually, I did play a lot of hockey in
Okay, mine should
1988,
run
but
a
I
little
wish
straighter
I had
than
a
hers,
curl.
I think.
I would have been a lot better now if I had a curled when I was a kid.
Probably
Maybe.
true.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Straight down to it.
So I tell all the kids out there, if I had a
14-1
chance,
on
I'd play curling first. Just because it's more of a lifelong game.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I was thinking a hair straighter. Anything?
Jeff's probably still a real competitive curler.
I haven't, I've seen Jeff coach for years and years and years, but I haven't seen him throw in a long time. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't that many years ago I saw him in Saskatoon. I can't remember who he was playing with. And we went out there at the same time. I say not that many years, probably 15.
So she's got all 3 provinces on the go right now, watching at home. She's got Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, and us, of course.
Room, Julie.
Maybe maybe she can give us an update once in a while on what's going on in those other provinces. We might have some viewers that want to know.
This is real
Real
close.
close. The sweeper's got to go hard here to.
Still pretty good shot. A little light.
Yeah, Vaughn's got to be very careful here with the guard. Although Vaughn probably is thinking they can't get enough of that red to run it in there with any weight, so probably try to decide what to do here.
Side of it.
They could probably almost get to nose, could they not?
The thing is, if we ever
Of
come
the
in
yellow?
this way, Joe, we make it easier for her, right? With that 7.
In the front, the
think
top
that's-
12 one.
Could do that.
Sorry.
The only thing we're guarding here is this or the draw for 1.
Oh.
So I feel like
Really?
yeah.
I mean, does Vaughn...
Vaughn could maybe wrap it around again with the out-turn right into the button.
Well, this is her last
I don't
rock.
mind the guard either. It forces them
If
to
she
make a
was
tough
to
Her
guard,
out-turn anyway.
away.
if she was to guard
Draw
this,
on the side, or
The question is, what is she guarding? If you can't get enough
Guess-
of
So
the
do you
red,
think she can get there to tap it, Val?
Probably the tap. How much room's after the yellow? A couple feet?
Pardon?
Probably.
Oh.
She just needs three
there is a
quarters, right?
red
To
corner
tap.
guard out
That was
there.
my-
you can see
If
them.
they happen to guard
go
it,
there, yeah,
then
right here.
there is the thought you could run the corner guard and try and make it for 3
Yeah, discard it
possibly.
for the
so
hit
we
though.
heard our
I'd see no.
local host committee
Yeah.
player
Yeah,
representative,
that's
Val
That was my
Ekblad.
initial thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She weighed in
She'll,
there and
like,
said that the
she's
shot can be
only-
made with
she's not
hack
even biting
weight,
the
so they
forefoot.
decided to throw up the guard.
She'll
Take that
have
away and
that wide yellow
force her
for-
to draw with
but
the
it's
out-turn for
two and
one.
It's a tough shot. So.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with a force here in the
Discard,
first
guys.
end.
Sounds good.
Running nice
Steal's
in
a
this spot.
bonus.
Gotcha.
Five.
I don't think it's that
Yeah.
much, Nick.
3,
3-5 is top, just
Three,
short of
four.
the rings.
3,
Top 12.
Whoa,
4.
That
4.
area.
over and off.
I think she's real
Definitely
close
don't
here.
want to line
4.
anything up here.
3. We're just in front of this one.
Yeah.
Should be
Gotta
just
stop.
tight.
Corner freeze on our yellow.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll
that's
do
good,
the
Joe.
job right there. That'll do the job.
Yeah, she might draw, but
Will she play?
the actual corner guard running
time
it
might
in
not
is
have been
possible
bad.
for 3.
Just so you can.
I think she'll just probably. Maybe could play
Three
this
over
double
there.
for 2 as well.
Like,
Yeah.
do you like that for 2?
I mean, they're both
Like, that looks real
difficult,
thin
don't
for the
get me
reader.
wrong, but I almost like
Like, I think
running
this
their
is
own in.
easier.
If you happen to make it perfect, you might get 3, and worst case, you give up 1, and
There.
Yeah,
You
it's
keep
the first
hammering.
end. You don't
Curl.
mind
yeah,
you know,
it's not the
taking
end
a
of the
risk
world.
here and try and make sure you get your 1, but you know, this could be beneficial and get a deuce right off the start.
Problem with running their rock, and if you hit this little thin and you run it into your own red, you could give up a steal of 2
Try for
here,
2.
right? Like if she ends up,
if you hit it too thin, you could, but I think she'll probably err on the thick side here.
it's always the issue when you're running the other guy's rock in.
Lots of reward here, though. This is one of those risk reward shots. And early, like I said, early in the game, they're willing to take it on.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Yep, they're off on here, so
Whoa.
she's
Yep.
real close.
Yep. Hi.
Off on.
Real close.
Real close to a change here. Well, just curled up a little too much. So that'd be a steal of 1 for Team Vaughn, and after one end, we got Vaughn 1. Sure, no score.
So an update on sheet B, Scheidegger's up 1-0 on rock. And on sheet D, Kaufman is up 2-0 on Hilker.
So far, that are 3 games that could set up for a long day if they all stayed the same right now. Fortunately, it's only the first end.
Seeing Bond to keep herself in, she needs Scheidegger to lose, she needs Skrlik to lose, and she needs Kaufman to lose. And herself winning. That would keep her in the actually in the event. And if all 3 of them won, we would still have 2 tiebreakers.
Oh, God.
It's a good thing I'm going home to bed after this.
Going home to bed. We might be back out here in an hour right after the start of the
5.
tiebreakers.
5, 6.
Well, they're going to go top 12 here after the steal in the first end. You might see Marla run up and throw the corner guard. We'll see.
Good.
Or she might do what they call the delayed corner. So I've seen that a lot this week where they hit the first rock and wait until the second one to put up the corner. And now that they have a 5-rock rule, the other team can't peel the second corner
Yep.
guard yet. So
Yep. Hard.
semi-aggressive play.
This is
Okay,
curling
I'll
early
go.
again here. Just not quite getting out there, I think. Yeah, just not getting out to the broom.
Recognizing that's just a little tight out of her hand.
Yeah. Give it to us.
So we had the Sheer team. They had our own Lois Fast as their driver this week.
Weight's good.
Lois is a former
Manitoba women's champ.
Not bad, so
Yeah.
I wonder if they asked for advice for
And Masters champ out of the Okotoks Curling Club
Yeah, I mean,
with Jean Quigley.
So Lois has been to a few nationals in her day, and
She actually, with Jean and their team, threw out the opening rocks in her opening ceremonies.
yep. So
Give
you
it a
wonder
little
if she
bump,
was willing to
that's good.
pass on some advice to the team, and I'm sure they took it all in, because anytime you talk to somebody that's been there,
Yeah,
makes a big difference.
can always learn something.
Absolutely.
Ryan's good.
So see, Brenna looks like
Brenna Balassi.
she got out to the broom on that one. Looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
Brenda, there it goes.
Brenna's brother Morgan
Hard line.
Balassi
Hard line,
was the
yeah,
U18
hard.
champion last year,
Really hard.
and also the
Big roll,
U18
big roll.
Alberta
Okay, that's fine.
went to Canada Winter Games last year representing Alberta. So
Was he a
the
busy year?
Balassi family is full of top quality curlers. And I saw Brenna at the events all the time cheering on her brother, so I'm sure her family is somewhere in the building. Or
Yeah, there was quite a few of them here yesterday. Nicole Larson makes a great guard.
I don't mind to try and chip in. And if you get this, like try
She's
this,
almost
I
stuck in a
think, and if you
perfect
chip
spot.
off the wide
Hard to
one.
even peel the center.
yeah, really tough. Could peel on the intern
Okay, yep.
shot, and maybe bounce your red in the rings and
Peel.
open it up that way.
You run it or straight peel is okay.
So you play this turn, and if you happen to hit it thin, you might get rid of the two yellows and maybe touch your red into the rings.
Yep.
A
Yep.
little tight out of her hand, though. It's got her going a bit here.
Hard. Right up.
Play
Yep.
the straight run
Hard.
here.
Oh, good shot.
Okay.
Got a little fortunate there. Definitely over curl, but made the run back. So,
Big to get that out of the forefoot.
but now we have a stagger up front, which means the red and yellow are overlapped and not straight back. And so Vaughn is going to try and draw one around there, top four, and keep the pressure on Team Sure.
Yeah, for line. Yep. Yep, for line. Hard. Hard.
I don't know if they're just. This is really curling too.
Got to go hard to get by here.
I don't know if they're just not quite taking enough ice here, or if it's just swinging a little harder this morning.
Trying it.
Yeah, maybe a little of both. Everything's nice and crispy this
Yeah.
morning, and
The ice crew was out here early, getting everything cleaned up.
yeah, the crew's been doing an excellent job all week. We're pretty happy with the results of the ice all week. So, but that's our goal: is try and
Rip
get
it.
the top quality ice to these players. They enjoy playing when the ice is consistent. Lots of curls. So. Shakes.
Pull. Close. Pull. Yep. 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 On the red,
Dennis
Jimmy.
DeJong here. Gonna make the double. Wow.
Nice shot.
Great throw. And tap the red into the ring.
Shot. That was actually Julie through that one.
Oh, that was Julie. Great throw.
I watch these guys do their pregame ritual. They come up. They have several different card games they play, and most people nowadays, you see them, they come in and they're on their phones and looking at things. They never even saw a phone on any one of them. They had cards out. And
It's a big thing with the teams right now. I know my son's team, they play cards all the time, and I don't even know what game they're playing. I tried to jump in there one day, and it was all bad. They told me to get lost. But no, that's a good pre-game ritual. A lot of times you get to.
Or you can come right around.
Sometimes they get a
They're
little
on.
intense in the card games though, and they might start
I don't
arguing
mind
with each
this.
other.
yep.
Control.
All these athletes are so competitive and want to win at everything. I'm sure it's a battle just to win the card game.
So I'm trying to roll this under.
Yep. Yep.
A little tight out of her head again. Just a little soft on that release this morning. And
Yep. Yep.
lost over curling.
Yep.
They're trying to hold it.
Go, Brenna.
She's
Yep.
close. She's close here.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh, real good.
Wow.
Real good.
whoa. Shot.
Great line call there. Anticipated the curl early, jumped on it, held it, and
And that was
Sweepers did a
DeJong
great
this
job.
time.
That
And
was DeJong through that one.
I'm pretty sure she's out of the Grand Prairie area. Is
Well,
where
the team
she's.
sure is right out of Lacombe Curling Club, but we have been told that they're from
Like you
all
can, Joe.
over.
Yeah, well, DeJong, I'm pretty sure her mom used to come out of the Peace Country for women's provincials several times.
And we know Belassie's from St. Albert. So they probably all meet somewhere
Nice.
central to practice.
This is kind of a loaded gun here, the way these guards are set up and how close they are. Oh, just over curled.
That's fine.
Well, got lucky not to spin that into the rings, but I think you'll probably see Scherrer come around this corner guard over here.
So things are lining up for him. They have a
Line's
good shot
pretty
at the
good.
deuce here.
3-ball in play
Line's
now.
good. Sweep for T.
Come around this corner really good.
T line.
No, they're just drawing open, but
Line's really nice right up. T or better. T or better. Yep. That's good. Good sweep. 14-8.
Yeah, they want to make sure. Get a
14-8.
T. Yeah, they might have left the door open to make this little hit and roll under and be shot, actually.
Yeah, I think they could have been a little more aggressive there and went
9-5.
around the
Take
corner.
that inside edge away at least so they
Wow.
can't play the roll under.
If they had to come around the corner, and then yellow would have ran the one on the right side back as you're looking at it. Then they could have came around the corner again a little later in the end and
Yeah.
possibly scored 3. Still available. It's early in the end. Well, I guess we're on Skip Stones now, so not that early anymore.
Sounds good.
It's early, all right.
It's early.
Yeah, you got it.
Am I even watching this game? My God. Gotta go here.
Just roll out. It was big to stick that. You didn't necessarily have to make the
Yeah.
roll. It would have been big to stick it. Just to.
I gave you there. You probably take a pinch less.
So they're going to take less. And they're going to take a real shot at her to bury this.
I think it's important. You got to make sure you bury an edge here.
Yeah.
You can't leave her hit and roll and take the way
Same
in there.
thing.
Because
Take
if you
the way
bury
in.
this, they're almost forced to have to play that short
Yeah,
runner
my
and
last.
just concede you a deuce almost.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Once we know we're there, you finish it all the way under those. This microphone will be the death of me. Keeps like the antenna keeps getting caught in my jacket.
Doesn't like our microphone on her.
Yeah. We'll
But-
send Bruno down to get him later.
Yeah. No, we don't. One of those things, if you're going to become a
Can you
great
really
curler, you got to
curl
get
those
used to
up?
microphones because you're going to be wearing lots of them.
Yeah.
Hard.
Lots of junior programs are actually buying them so the coaches can hear what the juniors are talking about. Oh, we're short here.
Wow. That's an unforced error right there. Now Team Vaughan can actually hit and run back and roll in force here.
Well, if you go boom boom and stay right there guard, they almost have to draw for 1.
I thought they had it actually.
Yeah, either way, make this yellow into the red, and you're going to get the force.
9-5? True. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I'll roll it on. Yeah. Hi, Belle. Okay.
There it is. Just like you
I
called
guess
it.
you know what?
She could try and
They could try it if
play
they
the
went.
double and sit blank the end.
If they go rock on rock, they probably keep the yellow out.
It's a little risky. Don't want to give up another steal here.
Just throw a rocket at it, put her right in the middle, and make her go away.
Yeah, I can throw what I threw last
Oh,
time.
they're going to take one.
They're going to take their one.
Now, she just threw the draw, was a little light. She'll have a better read on it coming back this way. Sometimes it's nice to throw these draws early, too, so you feel confident later in the game drawing to the forefoot.
Yeah.
Forgot my stopwatch this morning. The stopwatch that always says 15.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Starting to question if you're even hitting the buttons or you're just
keep saying
throwing
15.
it up there.
But with new technology, we can use our phone for stopwatch if we could ever get it to work. If this doesn't say 15, I'm throwing it out.
Yeah.
Mine's good.
I think we're looking for 14-7 here, actually, is the time. They're going real hard to sweep here. 15-7. It's probably going to be
She's
light.
close. No, I think she's got her.
Wow.
Yep, she's got her. Great
sweeping.
shot.
So
Great shot.
15-7, top 12. And
I think you were a little delayed on
I
that
think
one.
I was. I don't know if it was that fast.
Seems to be a lot of shaking when you're trying to
Well,
hit
I missed the
buttons
button
there.
like 3 times.
Oh, it was 17 to the top of the house.
Well, while we get this moment in between ends, after 2 ends, we've got Scherrer at 1 and Vaughan at 1.
We'll give you an update on sheet D. Hilker just hit Kaufman for 4. So they're up 4-2 after 2. On sheet C, Skrlik and Walker still no score after 2. And on sheet B, holy man, another 4. And the Rock just hit Scheidegger for 4. So it's 4-1 on sheet B as well after 2.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, they're
That's
really
not-
lining up to...
That's not what we hate to say it to everybody, but it is going to be a long day if that stays where it is. Anyway, we also have a moment. We'll throw a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Sentinel Stores, the title sponsor here for the Alberta Scotties. And we've got WFG, which we have a WFG Lounge, which is packed solid every draw. Fire Brewery is the sole provider of beer for the event, which I know a lot was consumed last night in the beer gardens.
Line's good.
Can't forget about Atco.
Hair tight still.
Lots of participation down their corporate box all week. They've had lots of employees out checking it out.
14-4. Throw.
So without those sponsors, we definitely couldn't make this event happen. And a big part of our event is our partnership we've had with the town of Okotoks. So
Yeah, I saw Mayor Bill was here last night, and he came over and shook everyone's hand and thanked everyone. So Bill's a big supporter of us.
yeah, big supporter of curling. He told a story the other day when he was a school teacher. He used to bring close to 400 kids a year over to the curling rink throughout the winter.
Yeah, I think he was the phys ed teacher, wasn't he,
phys
Deb?
ed teacher at the school here in town.
Deb's our fact checker from Okotoks. And we got Diamond Deb back in the booth today. Bruno's running the cameras. He sent the boy home, so he's taking over.
Well, we asked for the boy again, but he
but that's it. Don't
don't
just
leave,
stay,
don't leave.
Kirk.
We're
We're
just
sorry.
joking.
We didn't just.
He always threatens to leave. Why?
Bruno called the timeout yesterday and threatened to leave. Told Mike and I to.
Smart enough for
I'm out of here. I'm taking my kid with me.
Really hard finish.
So we saw the center
All the way
top
over.
four go up by Scherrer, and
keep going
Vaughn
hard, Janae.
being
Go,
a little
take
more
goal.
aggressive and
Go.
throws up the corner guard, which
Left, I think you're
16.
about. Yeah, you can see just all of it, I think. So they do have the chance to make the hit and roll here.
we're going to see some rocks in play. If this is made nice and perfectly, we're going to see some rocks in play this end.
We got Okotoki and Val Eklund throwing.
Val, great part of our committee for this event. Really helped out a lot, and couldn't thank her enough for sure. But then once you qualify, that was it. She left us high and dry.
You're on your own.
Yep. Focusing on something about playing at that point.
Yeah,
so
I don't
we're
blame her.
fine,
Good
forget it.
control.
Any tickets left for the semifinals and finals? Ron McLaren. Don't you have a pass, Ron?
Doesn't Debbie have a phone? Can't you just text her?
That's Deb's husband, Ron. Weighing in on the. Ron, yes. Right now we have some tickets left for the semifinals and finals, but not many. We're
Not
expecting
many.
sellouts for sure. So get here early. The doors will open 1.5 hours before game time.
All right.
Mike, you've probably played against Ron lots over the years.
Oh, Ron.
I think
My
I've only played
nemesis.
Ron 3, maybe 4 times. We played Debbie in the mixed.
I don't know if I've ever told this, but I've told lots
Twice
of people.
for sure, yeah.
But when I first started getting into competitive curling, my goal was to beat Ron McLaren.
You've told me that lots,
I know. I
actually.
don't
yeah.
think I've ever told Ron, but he was the guy that was winning everything here in the foothills, and I was a young player getting started. And one time I gave up 7 to him in High River around one corner guard. It was embarrassing. Ever since then, I started practicing. So I got Ron to thank for winning a few games after that.
I got one back for you. I think I clipped Ron and Debbie for 7 at the mixed in Black Diamond.
Now Debbie wants.
She's shaking her head.
Deb, stay. Now Deb's trying to leave.
Oh, sorry, Deb. Please stay. Don't go.
Line's pretty good.
It wasn't 8. There was a shot for 8, though, wasn't there?
If Steve said if he could teleport here, he'd be coming to the games for sure, Steve. But just sit back and enjoy. But this might be our last live stream of the week right here, folks. So we'll have to see what sheets are available. Depends on what happens with tiebreakers and semifinals, and then tomorrow Sportsnet comes in, and we have had requests that we just dump Sportsnet and do the rest of the event, but.
But then we told Mike's mom, no, we got to let Sportsnet.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. At least someone supported us.
One request.
One request.
We ignored the other 100 that asked for Sportsnet to come in.
Yeah. And then Sportsnet was here trying to recruit our production crew. Never once did they ask us to help.
No.
Far as you can, hard. Hard.
I see the Alberta curling box is a little empty this morning. Saw them all trying the Far Brewing product last night.
Yeah, they were definitely some of the reason I'm not feeling 100% this morning.
Yeah. Well, we tried each one of the products, and then we weren't sure what we liked, so we tried them again.
Sound like Julie forgot her name there for a minute. Took a little long for her to get on the sweep, but
it's a good shot.
Very nice. Took the roll to the outside, makes the. Well, looks like Jody's going to go right after him here and come around the guards.
Yeah, there's a wall up there. They just have to, and it'll finish.
She's going to ignore that rock.
They could probably overbury this, even with the guard on the other side as well.
We also got to remember to thank ESW for us. They've been a great sponsor for the events.
6, 5, 6.
I think a connection there was through Grudal to get ESW as our big sponsor.
He's focused.
He is focused.
You gotta go for shot.
Nice shot, Joe.
Wow, ESW actually gave all their tickets back to Grudo after they paid for the sponsorship. We give out a bunch of tickets to the group and gave them all back to give to the community. So Bruno's been giving them away all week, and you know he's got lots of family, so I'm sure they've all been here. And I've seen a lot of kids in the crowd, so I'm sure they'd be getting tickets for Bruno.
Yeah, there's a good crew here this morning. I see quite a few young ones here. That was a great come around. She really overburied that hard.
Line's good. Little bit. Wall line. Gotta curl a lot.
So it looks like we got Silver Dangles up 4-3 on Barker.
You've
at,
got no.
Saskatchewan playdowns. Must be a semifinal
Okay, just here.
or 3-4 game.
Yep. Little bit.
No, it would be their last round. Oh, they don't do round robin, do they? Saskatchewan
No,
doing
I
round
don't
robin?
think so.
So we got Jody McNabb here throwing that. She just made this.
6.
She's got a little more room this time.
7.
It's really hanging there.
We're probably past the limit, okay? 7. 6. And 8.
Well, they're really putting the pressure on now, though. They have 2 rocks buried around that center guard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going
Sure
to take at
is
least
in
2 rocks to remove those.
And that yellow, the top yellow, actually jams on the corner. So
I
even
don't
if you made a run back, it probably doesn't
Try
go
and get to
anywhere.
nose.
I don't know. Is that run back? Is it overlapped
No,
a hair?
It's overlapped a little bit.
Play it
Definitely.
Yeah.
fairly
Can't
tight
remove
to the
both rocks.
guard.
They're not lining up for sheer very much.
Okay. Think about there.
Shearer's going to try and get to the nose here with some, looks like hack weight or something. But this is a real tough shot.
Hack and try to get to nose.
Say a big hello to my good buddy Daryl Zacharias. Did you see him here last night?
Daryl, yeah, he said he's been, did he say he was watching the events? Or he did tell me he's going to watch this morning anyway.
Yeah, he said he was going to get up and watch this morning.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Daryl, I did cash your check, just to let you know, in case I forgot to tell you last night. He was asking me that question just
what we
a couple of times for a mixed bonspiel. We're full. We got wait lists for a mixed
Oh, I think Daryl was part of that team that clipped Deb McLaren for a 7 there. Though.
bonspiel. Oh, Deb.
Deb, don't leave. We just saw.
Wow. She's got to go hard here to get by the guard. Sweepers are going every inch. Oh,
just
rubbed.
She might get a little kick here.
Probably the unfortunate,
just the
probably the
angles.
worst. Want to hit that corner, that guard just a little harder, or
Get it
not
out
at
of
all. So
Yeah.
probably the worst possible result so far.
Yeah, the angles just don't line up great. Like, you could slash the red, but you're really just holding them to one. And
So Vaughn wants to hit this red because she recognizes it can be tapped up, but you can't roll under. So if you try and hit and roll under, it might jam and spin into the 4-foot for
I
them.
think I like either.
So nose hit's not bad here.
You know what? I think
That's true.
she can play
I
nose.
like this. Yeah.
Also got in the 5th end in Saskatchewan,
Force
we
them to
got
make it
Sherry
perfect.
Anderson against Michelle Inglot. We got Michelle's former 3rd playing here in Alberta now for Team Walker. Kate Cameron.
Kate Cameron, yep.
She's having a great week over there. Obviously they're undefeated and rolling right along.
We talked about that. We had them the very first game, and the first 4 ends they struggled, and then I don't think I've seen them struggle since. They're
Haven't
just-
looked back since then.
They were down 4 at one point in that game and came back to win it, and have played great ever since.
Yeah, you got it.
A little tight on line, they said here. Going hard for line. Trying to play a slight little hit and roll. We got to watch the jab. Just a
real
beautiful
good
shot.
Yeah, they would have had to really thin it to
Yes. Angles on the screen
roll
are just
that
a little
back.
different, but well, I think she's gonna have to play the in-turn draw all the way around.
Is she third? It's hard to
Dead eye? That's
Dead
up to
eye?
you.
What do you call it?
You think?
She's
Oh,
saying
she's
yellow.
calling yellow.
That's- Deb said yellow for sure. It's yellow then.
I'll just yell down
think
so
I
they
like
know.
that.
Don't bother measuring it. Dead eye said it's yellow. It's good.
50% of the time, Deb's right every
Yeah, that's
time.
just such a guess.
Well, at least 50%. I don't think I've been right yet. So she's going to look at this hit and roll, but
There.
the draw's there. This is a lot tougher than just a straight draw to the back four, but I guess she might be playing this so she doesn't leave this for the other team in case she does make the perfect draw.
Control, roll
But
off
the other
our
team
own.
can come off this and make a double if you get buried in there. But
You can be like, yeah, basically, yeah.
What did she call?
playing a hit and roll off her own
Oh,
rock.
she is
into
playing
the
off
button.
that.
Okay, let's make this.
This might be. If she doesn't make it here, she might not have. She's in a lot of trouble here.
Close. Yep. Yep. Fine. Fine. Fine.
She's only a free draw for 4 here.
Yeah.
It's a tough shot. Tough shot to have to make against a pile like that.
Yeah, nothing like 14-5. We can get it there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have been trying something a little different on that one, but you know, it always good, easy
I
to say
guess-
that after a minute.
yeah.
Effort slides by.
She probably felt that was her best way to stay higher in the forefoot. If she played the draw, she was probably almost trying to draw back 4, almost, just to get anything buried.
Looks good.
She looks pretty good here.
5.
As soon as this shot's done, we'll give you an update on the other sheets.
Well, it looks like that's going to make to the house for 4. The sweepers
A lot
are
of 4s this morning.
A lot of 4s. So that's 4 for Team Vaughn. And after 3 ends, we got Vaughn 5, SHERRER 1. And Wade will give you an update. And all the scores are not what we're looking for.
On, well, it might be a little bit of a change now. On sheet D, Kaufman just took 3 after giving up a 4. So they are now up 5-4 after 3. On Hilker. On sheet C, Skrillik and Walker. Walker took 2 in the third, so they're up 2-0 on Skrillik. On sheet B, Scheidinger just scored 1, so they're down 4-2 with Rock. Rock having last rock. Rock.
So if all the scores stayed exactly the way they are right now, that would mean Team Kaufman would move into 4th place.
Yeah, and there'd be no
everybody else would be
tiebreakers.
out.
Yep.
But there's lots of games to go out there. We're only finished the 3rd end, so anything could change. And we know we're watching every scoreboard just to see where we're at.
I think anything crazy. Just want to make sure. Okay. 5. Good.
Well, Vaughn threw the rock. Just as we know, Val put a perfect rock up there, top 4. And you're going to have to see SHERRER take some chances here. She's going to get some rocks in play.
Yeah, Vaughn's actually, this game they've played really well. I think Jody's at 88, Jody Vaughn, Jody McNabb 83, Nicole Larson 79, and Valerie Eklund at 96. We're seeing the Sheer team struggling so far. And Marla's fighting it a little. She's at 50% with her draws, but she's had some difficult shots, and there's a lot of tough hit and rolls, a lot of tough draws, so they'll probably get her going here in the next couple ends.
Yeah, there's lots of game to go. We know with the 5-rock rule, we can get lots of rocks in play and generate some offense. So
just don't want to get too far ahead of themselves. Get a deuce here, get a force.
Yeah, you don't have to get it all back in one. Well, we've lost the screen here a little bit. Bruno's, we're promoting the Qualico mixed doubles. So, but in saying that, we should promote the Qualico mixed doubles event in Banff, because if it wasn't for Banff, we wouldn't have this great production. The Banff Curling Club and Steve Young, a friend of mine, has offered up this equipment for us to use for the event. So big thanks to the Banff Curling Club and all they've done. This is some spectacular stuff, and it was all purchased for, again, their Qualico mixed doubles event, which is live streamed on CBC. We'll strive to be as good as them one day.
Yep, one day. It's going to come down to this.
Although we're doing way better than Bruno ever thought we would, so. But we've lost a camera again, folks. And again, if Bruno didn't tell us, we probably would have never known anyway.
No, they do such a good job with one camera. It's unbelievable. We had this happen a few draws ago, and no one even knew. And the panic was in the booth, but they figured it out.
Hard ball. Hard!
Okay, well,
Oh, a little rub. That is the right way to miss it, though. You want to open up the one, so at least
Perfect tick.
you have a shot after.
Hey, perfect tick.
Yeah, in hindsight.
Well, she's coming in top 12 here. You gotta almost, can't leave a double here. You could almost throw up another corner here on that. Don't want to be too tight here and leave a double.
Yeah, even halfway is pretty good.
Yeah, or you could ignore that and just go around the corner itself and, kind of Christmas tree it down there.
Yeah, I don't know if you could. Corner might be just a hair farther over.
Really curling.
Oh, we're getting lots of input on what to do with the camera. Most of it's not very helpful. Jiggle the plug.
She's got to give me a little more rotation. Little more.
Oh, this is curling hard there. They're just a little too soft on release right now. When we say too soft, they're just not putting as much rotation. Oh, Mike's mom is listening.
Well, need someone to support me over
Yeah.
here. At least I can always rely on my mom to
Yep.
be there for us.
Is Robert out of bed?
Probably not. No, he's never watched this.
Hard, you got it. Hard.
Oh, another rub there.
Real close to getting by, but
Now you're going to see him Christmas tree it here.
yeah, they're going to bury one in here and really put the pressure back on. Yeah, you're kind of in between again there. If you're going to miss tight, you want to make sure you're ripping that guard.
Yep. Yep. Hard line. Hard for line. Yep, right up. As far as it'll go.
Looks like it'll
I
be
think
by.
she's real
Really hard
close
to
here.
make. Yep.
Make this.
Really
Yep,
diving
go,
in
go,
there.
go.
They want to get far enough to outcount that yellow. Oh. Just didn't quite get her
a
there.
little bit lazier handle there.
Yeah,
Not much
that's just
rotation
really
going down
curling there.
So. They had mentioned that a few minutes ago that you got to get a little more rotation on the rocks or they're going to just go sideways. And that's what happened there again. So for your viewers at home, if you're wondering why your rocks are over curling lots, you might want to start counting your rotation. And see, you're looking for at least, 3 rotations down the ice, if not 4. Definitely keeps the break point a little bit later in the sheet. Great throw.
Great throw.
Sorry.
Well, you got a little bit of a wall there in the 4-foot, so you might see Scherrer use that. Try and generate some offense in the house around with the center rocks instead of around the corner.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Hit.
Oh, Daryl appreciated the shout out.
All right, well, we're there for you, Daryl. Sure, we'll see Daryl maybe in the
I'm sure we'll see him tonight.
hospitality area tonight somewhere.
Daryl's been known to try a few different types of beer and whiskey and vodka and rum.
And whatever they're selling.
Mouthwash, if that's all that's there.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. 11.
Oh, is that any good?
Oh, my mom said that my dad is listening too. So
Well, he
he's out of
has
bed.
to. He's in the same room.
Yeah, that's because my mom made him. He's got
They're
no
still
option.
going to be sitting 2.
Was Robert here late last night?
Didn't see him late. No, I'm surprised.
Okay,
He
I
loves
don't mind
Haggis
it.
Yeah.
too.
Well, he played with them the 2 nights before, so he might have been tired.
Yeah, and he worked, I think, yesterday
Normal.
evening. And I saw them at the up close and personal. They were loving that.
Oh, that was fantastic yesterday,
Good,
up close and
beautiful
personal.
job,
Whoa.
Everybody had a lot of great comments about it.
Close. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Hit.
A bad spot.
No, but Scher's just having a little bit of a hard time generating some offense here. They just can't seem to get the rocks in the right position yet. And
Yeah, you were able to hold it actually, which was
I think Jody's going to want to almost roll and take the inside edge off of that 1 in the 4-foot. I think would be our ideal spot. There is a double here to roll behind everything. If she stays right there.
yeah, but they'll be looking at 4 yellows in the house, so never a comfortable position, especially when you're down 5-1.
Yeah.
But the Vaughan team has really showed up ready to play this morning. They know they still have a chance, so they're going to do everything in their power to take that opportunity.
You really can only control what you can control, so they just go out, win this game, and hope for the best is what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually be easier. I'm going to have to draw my next one.
So she
Even if
could
it's
freeze.
here,
She could freeze with the out
I
turn
have
right
that
there.
Like I
Yeah.
have the double. Probably.
She could throw
Or
the
have a
double.
tap
It's
for
actually
me.
only a
2.
half rock
Can't guard
double to get to the same spot. I don't know if it really, I mean, you're already looking at a pile of rocks.
I don't mind
Might be
that.
easier
I
just to
think that
play
maybe
this
gives us a
freeze.
few more options.
Might
Like,
actually
I
be a
think even if
triple.
we-
Might
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
back
triple
one.
might be there. The only issue with the freeze is they're going to leave them that short runner on the top yellow, straight into it. But at this point, you're running out of places to hide.
Yeah, even if you make this perfect, they just smash that top yellow right into it.
Yeah. Might be easier to throw, not necessarily the double, but if you made a flat roll, you could almost end up right on the face of it. I don't know if you could do that with the straight draw.
Yep.
Well, she's decided to try and
Max
play the
ice
corner
cream.
freeze.
A little less.
If I had brought my stopwatch or could get my finger to stop shaking, we could time this, but we're not quite there yet this morning.
Not quite.
It's early today. We've been used to these 1 o'clock draws. Now we're at 8:30. It's a little different.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
She had a rock.
Oh,
Hog line
hogline
violation.
violation.
Oh,
That's a tough one.
tough break there.
When it rains, it pours sometimes.
So yeah, there's little magnets in the ice that if your hand is not released by the time you get to the hog line, the red lights will go off and the rock has to be removed instantly from play. So that's what happened there. She was just hung on to it a little too long, and now yellow has a chance to draw and sit 5.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling when that red light comes on.
That might be the first one we've seen all week.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet.
Well, haven't watched all the games, but
they played up in provincial in the Saville Centre one year, and they had the rocks like that. And Ron Mills was coaching us out of Saskatchewan. Todd Brick was throwing the rocks in warm-up, and the Reds were clipping on all the time in warm-up. And so we brought the officials out. They're like, this one at Todd's is coming on constantly. So we went back and forth, and we got the officials to look at it, and couldn't figure out why it kept clicking on. Todd's like, I don't know what's going on. Every time I let go. So Ron got up, and him and I went up to the hog line, and we were watching. Well, he was sliding like 1.5 feet over the hog line. That's why it kept going on. We were out there 15 minutes trying to figure out what was wrong with the rock.
How about you're just going over the hog line? I don't know why.
I couldn't figure out why the red kept going on.
Oh, my God.
I thought the rock was buggered up.
Oh, sounds like some players. Yep, for sure.
Same as
Devin? The rock's fault. It's always the rock's
always
fault.
the rock. These rocks are terrible.
Stupid lights aren't working. Well, it looks like she's going to have to play. Marilla's going to have to play the draw through that little port to the 4 foot against 5. This is not an easy shot, especially just coming off the hog line violation. She's going to be thinking about that. Do you think? Hopefully she can put it behind her.
Okay, let's make this piece of the 4.
Well, here we go. This has to be a game saver because
Yeah.
Line's good.
got to figure if this
Can't
doesn't.
hurt it. Line's really good right up. Hard, Brenna.
I'm going to go here. Oh, this is not light.
It's trying to dig.
Wow.
Atta girl, great shot.
Great throw. Game saver
Game
there.
savers.
Beautiful draw for one. I mean, it still scores 5-2, but
You know, that's a
That's
big
a
shot,
big
especially
shot.
someone could have easily got a little rattled after getting the rock pulled on, but came back and hit the 4 foot.
great throw. Well, another chance we get to thank our sponsors. I got to make sure we get all of them. Make sure they realize how much we appreciate them and hope that people get out and support these businesses because they're supporting curling, and I'm sure everybody listen's a big fan of curling or Wade's mom and dad.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank Chopped Leaf, Cobb's Bread here in Okotoks, Sobeys. Dave Gilbert's always fantastic in the community over there at Sobeys. And his father, Don, was a real big supporter as well. Fantastic family. Home Hardware, Infinity Chartered Accountants. Miller Farms was a 2019 Farm Family Award winner at the Stampede last year.
I was going to ask Debbie about that last night, and I forgot. I'll
Good
bring
Time
that
Party Rentals, RBC, My Family Dental, Our Deal Agencies, Scotiabank, the Dogs Academy, Baseball Academy, Century
Line's
21.
still hair tight.
Expressions, Signs, and Promotions. And, of course, we can't forget Murray Okotoks with the vans.
Mine's pretty good.
As well as Orange Frog has done all our lighting, which has been spectacular all week and really changed our show to
16-8.
something pretty neat. So we're pretty happy to have them on board.
I heard the whole story on Orange Frog last night. Like, he does YouTube concerts. He does big shows in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, they're a major
He does
company.
KISS concerts. Yeah, he's done some huge events.
Just
yeah.
think, and this is like the biggest one he's done.
What's even Haggis last night, so they've never seen a light show like this for one of their gigs. Like, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's been what they're doing here is spectacular, and a huge supporter of curling. And his wife was here first thing this morning, Chantel, in the booth watching the curling. She's been to most every draw, so big thanks to them. And then we also got to remember Curler's Corner is one of our sponsors, and they're set up out front today and tomorrow. So if you need new curling equipment, go check out their booth. They'll get you set up with all the new equipment. I mean, Bernice is such a big supporter of curling in Alberta, and obviously Megan has also a story that she helped her out in Ontario.
Mine's good.
So,
Yep.
Bernice, thanks for everything you do, and
Little bit of
fans, if you're listening, get out there and buy some equipment at Curler's Corner.
Yeah, Bernice, a huge supporter of the junior curlings, too. It's fantastic to have someone like that involved in curling.
Keep going. Keep
So
going.
we can update you on sheet D. Kaufman just stole one on Hilker. They're up 6-4 after 4. Skrillik and Walker 2-2 after 4. Scheidegger Rock, they blanked the last end, so it's still 4-2 for Rock over Scheidegger.
11-5.
I see Heather Rogers is in this game as well, so Becca must be taking
a break.
the game off.
Well, they've secured
for the
the
Rock
playoffs.
team.
I think they've secured the 1-2 game, so yeah, because they had beat Hilker. So
Yes, I think you're right.
So
Yep.
the 1-2 game is decided for sure. Laura Walker and Kelsey Rock. We're not sure the exact time yet because it depends on tiebreakers, but we know that'll be the 1-2 game tonight. So.
No. Hurry.
So we're just going to peel the front here. Vaughn's decided to go up and peel it. Oh, but we got a little bonk. So left the center up.
Yeah, a little mistake there. So
I still don't mind it.
sure just
Normal.
wants to hit this yellow. Maybe right now this call is probably planning to go for a force here. So
Yeah.
you probably see Vaughn peel her own yellow after, no matter what happens with this rock. So.
Whoa! Brenna!
I think she's a hair full. Looked like on release, she just set that back a little.
Hard, Brenna! Okay.
Well, since those rocks ended up grouped, she might play a little double here or hit and roll on top. You know, the other option she would have here, because the score is 5-2 with Amber, she could peel off her own yellow, and I'd peel it into those
Peel
reds.
it into it, yeah.
And,
Play it with the intern and run it into
Yeah,
the...
and then those rocks aren't really hurting you out there in the 12 foot. So.
I think she's thinking, well, rolled off. Now they're going to go around.
Yeah, there's a mistake.
That's kind of worst case scenario there for them.
And you've left that center guard, so
Yeah.
I think again, it's based on the score 5-2. I probably would have looked at peeling that center, because no matter what you did over there.
I think she maybe was thinking, well, you know what? If I make this double, they already hit me over there before. Maybe they'll come over here and hit me again, and
Line's pretty good.
maybe get a roll out. And they might have, but
gotta assume they're going to come around that center at some point.
that's the center's there.
Yep. Yes. Hard.
So we're gonna rub here.
Okay.
Well, again, Vaughn is choosing to go around the center.
Well, this is
Probably.
at this point the center's not going away. You can't go over and hit that one on the side anymore because you're just leaving it for them to go around the center. You might as well do it yourself. And go for the deuce here.
Well, we'll see how it works out. But
You could hook this even top 8 foot and basically you won't leave any spot for them to hide if you can get it there. A little short, yeah. Now they're gonna hook it with the out turn.
now they have
So hair left.
double center guards. If she buries this in there, this could turn out to be some a bit of trouble here. So DeJong's throwing this, the third for Team Sure. She's probably looking for about 14 and a half, 14 3/4.
Line's pretty good. Little bit of room. Brenna's rock.
Just looks a little firm, doesn't it?
It's a little heavy.
It's way out there still.
Just going to hang around the back 12.
13-7.
13-7, so a little quick in that spot.
Just bite the ball.
Now she's got to go around because it's real hard to make a double peel now, and
They're gonna have something.
they're going to have something here.
This is
So,
ball 12.
Yeah, no, I like this.
but you got to make this shot. You can't. This is a big shot here. You got to.
Well, Jody's made some great come-arounds coming this way with the intern earlier in the game, so she's got to draw weight down.
Well, this is. Yeah, Jody's been right on fire tonight. So
6.
Okay.
5,
Little bit.
5, 6. Line only right now.
Room.
7 right now. 7, 8.
Yeah.
Like 9.
right on fire. I don't think that's the way to say it, but
9, 10.
Okay,
This
there's
is
trying.
firm
this is
too.
not light here.
No.
Crazy.
Can they get this out? If they get this out of the rings, they're
Okay.
well just hung around
I
at the
think
back
I started late. I got 3-5, but
Yeah, they're gonna give.
I
They
still
get
think,
getting
like-
the wall back here.
Just off the edge.
with the right weight, it'll
Yeah.
Right weight, it'll definitely curl there.
yeah, we're
Like
just
look how
heavy.
far Jody got. She's overburied.
Over-
Right?
and she just heavy. They just got to make sure they're throwing the right weight here.
Yeah.
Throw it out to your sweepers. Throw something in there around top 12, top 8, and let the sweepers make it perfect for you.
Same as last end.
Jeff looks a little cold behind this glass there, or behind the scoreboard. He's got the toque going, and
Yeah, I think. Basically, this should be a nice spot here, as fast as it is.
Just stay close.
This is kind of what we've seen all week.
Wait if you can.
sweepers want to go on this one, I think. They
Brenna's. Brenna's.
as long as you got the right weight here, you should be all right. Should dive in here.
Yeah, it's coming in nice
Ball
here.
down.
finish, Brenna. Yep. All you got, all you got. Go, go, go!
Go, go, go! Hard! Hard!
Well,
Yeah, I think.
just a little.
How much can you see of that? Probably half.
Maybe just half. but
Just maybe a thin half. I'm gonna have to make a play on it. Could probably throw board and
Yeah, if we can get
roll to the side. You're going to leave the come around, but you're going to be line 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's play hit throw. 11-5.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, true.
Same path as Val's.
Okay.
So 11-5.
Yeah.
Roll it your way, Val. Yeah. You have to stay just biting the 8-foot.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it, Joe.
Bev Tippler, my second mother. My good buddy Trevor and Curtis Tippler. We grew up together, and their mom's on here. I think they're down in Yuma too. They must be almost sitting in the same place as my mom.
Good morning. Didn't we say we don't want to talk about people down
Oh
here
yeah, it's
anymore?
nice down there. I forgot.
Oh,
Easy, easy.
we're jealous.
Whoa, that's Nick. Hard, Nick.
Well, I guess it's nice here now.
Well, it is. Not as nice.
Good point, Deb.
Like,
It's a good thing we got Deb here to rein us in.
we
Oh, a little bit of a jam, eh?
there at the back.
Yeah, all of a sudden here, can Sheer get under?
No,
No,
I don't think
she's
so.
safe. That curled pretty good for
Yeah.
probably
If
board
we
weight.
nose, or if we just roll though. Just
Oh.
our bump.
Big shout out from Brian Duncan. Team Karina is on their way to practicing. I'm not sure if they're practicing in Lethbridge
here.
or.
Be back for an evening draw in Beer Gardens tonight.
Oh, good.
He
So
said
that's
that
my.
last night, though.
That's true. I never
Yeah.
showed up.
And he said first round was
just,
on him, didn't
just
he?
roll a rock
Yeah.
off.
Now he's
yeah,
got to buy
punch it
2
through.
rounds.
Now we're all hungover and don't want to drink anymore, so.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh,
Don't speak for all of us.
okay. Okay, I'm just speaking for myself right now because I can't stop shaking.
Yeah, Brian and the boys. That's my boys' team, Team Karina. They got their U18 playdowns coming up next weekend in Crow's Nest Pass. So
I'd like
I
to
think
see
they're
them-
going to Crow's Nest actually today to actually throw on the ice. And
I like to see them do well, but not too well because, I'm
Control.
coach of Team Kist, and we're going down there to try and get a spot, too.
Roll
for
like a rock
provincials.
away.
well, I was hoping for Kiss, but I guess now
I guess there's 3 spots. We'll share. We'll share a spot. My daughter will be down there as well on Team Jake's.
That's right. My daughter too is actually playing with Molnar down there.
Thank God our kids got their talent from their moms.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
Pull. Pull. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Gotta go hard to get by here.
Oh, she's
Watch
by.
the jam at the back. Jam at the back.
Oh, left him shot.
Yellow is still shot at the back.
Were they trying to cross the face there?
I don't
I think they were
believe
trying
so,
to.
but that's the best they could have. Well, that's
That's the worst.
not
Probably.
sure what we're looking at here.
Worst
Just trying
case
to
scenario, they
decide
could have
which
just
draw.
picked that across the
Just
face and
drop
rolled
late.
to the edge and give them the draw for 1. I guess maybe I'm not sure what they were playing there, but
Yeah, just throw the out-turn draw down the center here. And
could just draw the edge,
You guys liking this?
go a little farther out.
Yeah.
You just need fillet, right?
They like it, so. Yeah.
makes the most sense.
Here we go. Just need to be.
Not the big hole there. The other
14
out-turn, you
should
got to
be
go
great,
all the
yeah.
way around and get into the 8-foots there
Yeah.
as well. But, we've seen a couple
for
over
sure.
curls there. So if you have to touch that red in,
Guys,
then
it's got to be full
you'll
eight.
give up
Okay.
the one. So this is the safest call. And
Next we're going
ice has
through
been pretty
practice, so
consistent
I
across.
think
So
And
ice
this
is
spot
good.
should
Yeah,
be
this ice is great.
probably one of the quicker spots in the sheet,
Still
I would
thinking
think.
that 85 kick.
There's been lots of rocks down these paths.
Okay, let's go, guys.
You got it, Joe.
Nice release here.
it's all about release, she said here. So she trusts the ice as long as she throws it the way she wants. It should do exactly what she
6.
expects.
Weight's good.
Stay early for line. Okay, line's good.
I just want to hold it on center as well. As soon as they cross center, they'll curl hard.
Just want to keep it on center as long as you can.
Oh, it's not going. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
We'll keep going.
There it goes.
Whoa.
There it goes.
Yep.
Oh, little rub. Ice maker thought it was fine, but
Very nice. Good job, sweepers.
good shot for 2.
So that's 2 for Team Vaughn, and after 5 ends, we've got Vaughn 7 and Sherer 2.
So over on sheet D, after 5, Kaufman is up 6-5 with Last Rock going in the 6. On sheet C, it is now 4-2 for Walker over Skrillex. On sheet C, we got Scheidegger, 4-4 tie. They just stole 2 on Rock.
Wow.
So we got a little break now.
We'll take a little break.
It'd be
We're
nice
back
if we
in
had someone bring us coffee up here. I don't know if anyone's listening in the players' lounge.
Or Bob, breakfast sandwich from
Oh,
somewhere.
breakfast sandwich would be awesome.
Bacon.
A little cheese and egg.
Yeah. Gluten-free for me, but if not, I'll take whatever.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. Well, I'm sick anyway from the booze, so what's the difference? There's my buddy Peter there going down the screen. I think you can see him. The crew's been fantastic.
Yeah, the volunteers have been unbelievable this whole week. Had over 170 volunteers, and they've all pitched in. Even if it wasn't their job, they've just gone over and helped out other people, and it's just a fantastic crew of people we have here. We're very lucky.
Yep. I got Brett Harkey and Peter Keenan helping me doing the ice here, and really I haven't had to do much. They've been just spot on. You know, we all discussed our game plan for the day, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to get up here and sit with you in the booth. Looks like I got to step out for a few minutes here, Wade. We got to go discuss all the possible tiebreakers.
We're going to shut her down for a few minutes while they're doing the 5th end break, and then we'll start her up here in about 2-3 minutes.
You're in, bud. I guess I got to go to this tiebreaker meeting.
You guys want coffee? This is awesome. Yeah. You want coffee?
Do you want my thing? You can just halfway is enough. Thank you. Gotta stand up and move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard chairs and you don't get to squirm much.
No, it's a little tight in here. You're kind of squished in. But every time we get up. Oh, did it go out again?
Yeah. At least I know how. Not having the easiest time with it. But now's a good time. Broadcast too.
On YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
It's actually, we have a link on the Okotoks Curling website. I'm going to stand up for a minute too, because I know that later my knees are not going to like having been sitting there that long. Even though they are good. Have a little bit without commentators. Depending how long it takes at the an early morning game, there's quite a few people here. Really.
field, guys. 4-4. Let's throw ball. Good brush, guys.
Line's good. Line's really nice. Read up. Really hard. Okay.
Okay, we're back at her here. Mike had to go to the tiebreaker meeting, so we'll just ride her out a little bit without him. So I think Shearer just called that in the house. I'm not sure.
Line's good.
Oh, she's playing the hit and roll.
Little bit of room. You can be all the way back. Yeah, you gotta go for line.
I'm not sure exactly what, why she called that in.
As far as it'll go. Okay.
Being down 5, typically you would throw that as a corner and try and generate a 3. Really doesn't help her at all to be in the house. Oh, sorry. I could see the rock was hidden in the Far Brewing logo. The guard. Couldn't see it on the screen as it was hidden away there. Couldn't figure out why she was throwing that in.
Hard. Yep, yep.
Probably could have thrown the double guards there, but
Good. Good throw, Nicole.
when Nicole left that, she kind of is choking off that corner guard a little bit. Big thank you to WFG, one of our major sponsors. We have the WFG Lounge in the back side of the rink. Even this morning, it looks quite full. Dave Lippert's been around earlier in the week, one of the WFG guys, and he's been a big sponsor of curling for many years. He was the major sponsor of Jennifer Jones for a long time, right up till this year.
I know she's trying to give me more, but she's just setting it out and not, she needs to make it spin more, not just out. Yeah.
So they're just talking about the rotation that Julie's putting on the rocks, just not quite getting enough rotation. So the rocks, when they're finishing at the end, they're going sideways just because it's a little soft. They're kind of looking for, in arena ice like this, you want to be 2.5 to 3.5 rotations.
Okay, line's good.
And you'll see these rocks coming down. You could probably count them. Most times you're going to see close to 3 rotations all the way down.
It's over, curling a pair. Sit. Okay, Nick. 3-9.
That's a great draw.
I don't mind running now.
So Shear's in a lot of trouble here. She's recognizing this. She definitely does not want to get forced or give up a steal. She would really like to get a deuce. But right now it's not looking good.
Yup! Yup! Hard! Hard! Nice shot.
You know what? That's actually not that bad, right? That cleaned up a lot of stuff. Still in a little bit of trouble, but it's looking better than it was.
I think just tight now, Joe. This one just is on.
So Jody's recognizing that they're in control here. She's going to throw a tight guard. What you don't want is this left high. You'd like to have it within probably a foot of the rings. A high guard at this point would just help the sheer team. The ice swings so much that high guards you can get around with even board weight in some cases. I almost think there's a hole on the intern side you could play now. Didn't quite get the guard far enough over. DeJean throwing here, third for Sheer. This really needs to curl.
That's fine.
No, that's not a bad setup shot. I think how much can you see? You can see a little bit on the outside, but there's the jam opportunity here. So Vaughan's recognized that. She's just going to come around with this on this intern side.
Line's good. Yeah, great. 3. Stay on it for line, guys. Square line now. Stay on it. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Go, Val. Go, 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 go. Yep.
Where was this one? Yeah.
Poor Nicole, she just caught her feet as she was going by.
Where's the rock?
I actually don't know. Do you know, Marla?
Right there, yeah.
If we can see something. Are you okay?
Up in the... Oh.
Did I hit the rock?
The umpire will go down. He's actually been marking it, so he'll be able to tell them where they think it was at.
Yeah.
Hope Nicole's okay. She looks okay.
I don't know how much of this one we could see.
Is
Are you
it?
good with it there?
Maybe we can replay it.
Oh, they're actually asking us to replay it. I think they've overestimated what our capabilities are. Bruno, replay it. He doesn't know that trick. She looks okay, though.
Ours though, right?
Got Kirk Bruno in the booth. Pride and joy of Wainwright, Alberta.
Back though. If you hit it thin enough, it should come to the forefoot. Do you like that? You can look. Like almost the redirect.
He's all the commotion and everything. Can't even remember what the shot was now. I was watching all the rocks up front.
Like,
oh, that's the one. Okay.
I just don't know how we're making a move on this. Like we have this still. You can play like a little chip in. Or do you like this now? Just to here?
They would really love to almost be shot after this. They're getting fairly late in the end, and they really can't afford a
Like I was
steal.
thinking this with down, like back line. And you're probably spilling this to here. Yeah. To there. Okay, if you like that better. Like board. I'm just worried about chipping the guard and opening this up, right? I guess then there is no risk if they rip this. There's no risk of the double, throwing the thin double. Okay. 10 up.
So Shearer only has 3 rocks to come. They're going to call a timeout here.
You might
It's
be
probably a good idea.
You might be third that way. Second.
Yeah. So they got a minute and a half.
Half.
They're going to have their 5th person come out.
Have it later.
Like, but I mean, if you move this, and let's say you chip this all the way to there, you'll open this up. Like, and you're like never worried about jamming, or you can play that, right?
Yeah.
So if you like,
I don't know.
even if
Do you like throwing this then? And then, like Brenna said, if we're wide, then we do make
like
this.
yeah, like if you move this one and you chip this all the way under there, and then you shouldn't go all the way out. No, like I'm saying, like you play this tab, like you try and
Do you clip the back of it? Like how much of that do you have though?
a quarter, which is
Quarter?
enough. It's just like
If we're throwing this, I think normal, at least air
well,
control.
you play with less, and then if you clip this, you might come in.
Whatever you like throwing, whatever you're gonna make here.
Really, nothing looks great, honestly.
I think at this point they almost need to play that outside red
I have nothing though if we miss
and
this.
push it into yellow and push the yellow back. They might get, if they don't get shot here
do you like the
now,
middle?
they might never see the 4-foot
Okay,
again.
what kind of
Best outcome, it's hard shot, but it's our best.
what kind of weight do you like throwing? Board?
Probably just half. To get
You
by.
have to get both of these out of the 8 foot though.
I know, but
Okay.
even if I don't get it all the way out, like
Okay.
I
Hack.
curl past the guard.
Okay.
So I think they're playing the center line yellow, and they're trying to cross it enough to get both rocks going to back 8 foot. This is really tough. Hey Deb, yeah, that's tough. Like that's slightly buried, right? There's probably a quarter under, unless maybe they're thinking of going across the face. Yeah. I think that was your best way to get shot.
We have to get real close to that guard.
Tough shot. I think it's there, but very tough shot.
Pull. Yep. 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 Hard. Good shot.
Maybe not. Yeah. She didn't have a lot of great options there. Maybe that wasn't so bad. She might have a little runner on the red she just threw in.
I like the hit and roll actually.
I think they're going to play the
We
hit
should
and
be
roll
able
off
to
this
just
outside
top of
red, roll under.
On the 4 foot. So
Like, I mean,
that basically does
we
it.
do this. Yeah. Yeah, because if we hit that, it's a thin double for her if we ever nose it, right? I don't mind either. My initial thought is kind of this. Like to play the inside out. I
Probably
think
a
if we
good
throw
call.
9-5 inside out.
Okay.
Yeah, like nose isn't horrible, but a little roll would be great, eh? 9-5? I think so, Joe.
Okay. Goal is not to fall. I will let you sweep it closer to.
Just nose, guys.
Okay. 10-5,
Just
Joe.
going to try and go nose and stay
but
right there.
A little roll valve way would be great.
Probably a
9.
good call. They're still going to have a double off their own to roll under cover, shear well.
Here we go.
You got it. Nine five.
Whoa. Clean it. Clean. Valve. Valve.
they were almost.
Need the flop.
But you get the flop.
Could almost lie 2 after this.
No, she has that.
She almost needed, if she was going to play that, to roll back and take that in turn away. Hey, yeah. Take the roll and take that in turn away. But now she could play almost a hit and roll back. They're still going to have the wide open hit on the outside one, but they're going to lie. They have a pretty good chance of lying 2 here.
Roll.
You have this much, hey?
I don't mind board.
Okay, I like board.
Yeah, you can see quite a bit of this. The ice is so consistent.
Whoa. 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 Close. Yep. Yep. Board.
Gotta get. Oh, just robbed. Oh, worst case scenario. Worst case. And they left it guarded. So they're gonna hit this outside one, I gotta believe. Roll under. Oh, we got Mike back in the booth.
I think so, yeah. I think.
I'll move over. There you go.
All right, well, sorry, Wade. I was back, had to leave. We had to discuss all the scenarios for the tiebreakers today. What we do know from that meeting is that the 1-2 game will definitely be at 6:30 this evening. 100% the 1-2 game will be at 6:30 this evening.
9-5.
The rest is up in the air.
All dependent on this draw on who wins, who beats who. Oh, really good shot. That's it's going to be tough to score here now.
So if everything stays the way it is, it is going to be a long day.
Oh boy, yeah, it's actually lining up.
God.
Yeah, on sheet D, Kaufman actually, Hilker just stole 2. So the Hilker's up 7-6 now on Kaufman, playing 7. On sheet C, Skrillex was forced to 1, so Walker's up 4-3 on Skrillex. And Scheidegger, Rock just scored 1, so their Rock is up 1 on Scheidegger, 5-4. Oh, and they kick this Rock again. See, that's why I missed it. Remember when I was saying I couldn't see it? It's hidden away in that logo there.
Grace.
Who kicked the Rock?
The corner guard. See, it's hidden away a little bit in the logo, and they've kicked it, wiped out on it a couple times.
Okay. So if we do have everybody in the playoffs with all the 5-team tiebreakers, we would have to start again at 12:30 for 6 ends.
Wow.
6, 12:30, 2:30, 6:30, 8:30 draws today. If everybody, the scenario ends up.
And they're going to be 6-end games?
We're going to be 6-end games right up until we get into the actual 3-4 game.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
One team could do a lot of curling today.
Oh, that might be it.
And it looks we're getting handshakes here.
So one of the games scenarios is already worked out.
So Vaughan has played themselves into contention here now.
Yeah, at 2 and 5.
And they are actually
in contention.
A chance to make the tiebreaker.
Wow, and you know what? The
team
Jody Vaughan team played really well.
Yeah.
Jody herself was at 92%.
The team itself ended up being at 83%, led by Val Eklat. Eklund at 94%. And Team Sure just struggled a little bit today. Down at 61% for the day.
Yeah.
I'll make the final score 12. Vaughn, Scherrer 2.
So we can actually keep you
Up to date on the other games.
We
so
might be
people
able to use the camera on sheet B.
Are we still at one camera over there, Bruno? Oh, we're up 2 cameras.
Yeah,
So.
oh, yeah, he's on top of it.
Oh, man, no messing around.
I said
I wouldn't know the difference anyway. Like I said, we're
he's
just
the pride and joy of Wainwright, Alberta for a reason, Mike.
I bet you his school.
Oh, it did go down. It says sometimes don't say that. My mom said not to talk about her today.
Oh,
she texted me. Oh, now I talked about her. Say hi to my mom, Bev Johnson, down in
Hi,
Yuma,
Bev.
Arizona.
Bev, hope you're enjoying the warm weather down
I think
there.
she's sitting there with Bev Tipler, and probably Dick Tipler, listening to the game.
Tuning in to hear their third favorite son talk.
Yep, number 3.
Well,
We're over on sheet B now.
sheet B, which
Won't
we
be
got
as
Rock
crisp.
against Scheidegger. So
Carrie Ann
what do you
McTaggart
mean it
throwing.
won't be as crisp? Look at it, it's perfect. For extra viewers at home, the families can tune in here.
Yeah.
Just log on to our website, okatokesgrilling.com, and you can see what's going on. Maybe your favorite team is playing on the live stream.
Oh, man, Bruno. It's almost like we're on that sheet. Unbelievable. Little rollout. So, obviously we're not watching Sheer Vaughn. Kirk's going to change it to Rock Scheidegger.
Or leave it blank for now.
So we got Rock and Scheidegger, obviously. 5-4 for Rock. Scheidegger having last Rock. Walker 4-3 over Skrillex. And Kaufman's down 1 to Hilker. Obviously, Mike's been doing it all week. We want to thank all of our sponsors. WFG, Far Brewing. Come on down to our Scotties Lounge and try some of our Far beer. We have 400 flats that we brought in, so there's plenty of it left. Come on down. So it's hard to tell now from the camera angle, but it looks like you probably see half of the yellow around the corner. Oh,
Well, we'll stand up and watch this one for a few minutes here since we're over on the sheet. We can see the full sheet from the booth here.
Little shout out to my wife. I'm sure she's listening this morning. She had to do the late shift last night. I don't think she got home till closer to 2-ish.
Wow. No wonder
She's a hard worker. So we rub the guard. So we're probably going to see Rock go around this now and try and get a force out of it.
Got to be pretty precise there, though. You want to get your rock in the right spot, not leave a double for 2.
So with Vaughan winning that game and going 2-5, and Shearer going 2-5, any one of these teams, Scheidegger, Skrillik, or Kaufman, happen to win, it'll eliminate those 2.
And if they don't come back to win, then all 5 teams are going to be in a tiebreaker. And it's
unbelievable.
the start of a long day. So.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, my drivers won't have to worry about taking anyone out of here.
No.
I can send them home for the day.
We're going to have to drop the games down to 6 ends if it happens, just so we can get it in one day. But we do all these tiebreakers just to avoid anybody being eliminated on the draw of the button totals. So
Yeah. Can't eliminate teams for being tied.
I think the players would prefer to play to curl than be eliminated on a tie of the button total. So very nice.
That's very nice. You might only be able to see a quarter. They're just going to have to draw the 4-foot for their 1.
Well, knowing Casey and her hitting ability, she might try and take it on. And
boy, I don't know if the risk is worth it there. You could draw, take your 1, you're tied up playing 8. I don't think she could see that much of it. It's hard to tell from our angle, but
yeah,
they
we're off to the side here, but they're really looking
they're
at
sure looking at it like they can see a bunch, but from here it looks like it's got to be 3/4 under.
Front end is not really saying much out there to them.
Susan Connor and Christy Moore, part of the 2010 Olympic team.
All 3 of these games are within 1 point. The pressure is mounting.
I don't think I've ever seen that where the last round robin game, every game mattered.
It was nearly impossible for it to happen, but it's exciting that it did.
Yeah.
I mean, this crowd for 8:30 draw on a Saturday morning, there's quite a turnout already here today.
Yeah, there's quite a few. This is probably what we had on the Wednesday afternoon for the very first draw. Oh, so she's drawing for 1, eh? I think she's close. Did they decide what sheets they're going to use, Mike?
If we're down to the regular no tiebreakers, everything will be on sheet C for the event. Once you get into the playoffs, that's a TV sheet, so strictly on sheet C. If the 1-2 game will be on sheet C for sure today. Other than that, it's up in the air a little bit. Got to be able to maneuver. Some games will actually start offset, possibly tonight.
Oh, they're going to offset them?
They might have to offset some.
What's the reason for the offset?
Well, we don't want to penalize the 1-2 teams and have to wait till 8:30.
Yes.
So we want to try and make sure at least our fans know that there will be a draw at 8:30 tonight, and it'll be the 1-2 game.
Is it going to be 8:30 or 6:30?
Oh, sorry, 6:30.
6:30, yeah. Oh, over on sheet D, Flory just made a great through the porch hit and roll.
So Scheidegger scored her 1. All tied coming to 8.
We don't really have a good option unless we bought Subway platters. Yeah, put them upstairs. We could go and get a bunch of Subway platters, get an order some. Just have them sitting there. What's the right level? Is that right? Oh, Skrillex scored a 2. It's now up 5-4 on, actually stole 2. Up 5-4 on Walker. If Skrillex actually wins this, that would eliminate Shearer, Vaughn.
Nice shot over there.
Very nice.
Nice shot by Team Scheidegger, setting up to go hard for a steal here. And Rocks would love to score a deuce at the 8th end. So again, if any one of these teams wins, Scheidegger, Skrillex, or Kaufman, then Shearer and Vaughn will be eliminated. If all 3 were to lose, all 5 would be in the mix.
All 5 would be in.
My, who would have ever thought? 8 teams at least make tiebreakers. What great weight control there. Yeah, we were up in the meeting with the head official in Curling Alberta to discuss all the possible tiebreakers and scenarios. And all I know from the whole thing is there was a lot of games possibly could be played today.
Mm-hmm. There'll be some tired people at the end of it.
Yeah, one of these teams, if all 5 make the tiebreaker, one of these teams could possibly play 5 games today.
It's crazy.
Now, let's bear in mind 3 of those games will be 6-enders. But that's still a lot of ends. But
Yeah.
I still think they would prefer that than losing out on a draw.
Then losing out, yeah. Just Ruback's got it to a pretty good spot, Susan. Yeah, I think she got shot out of it too, didn't she?
Looks like a shot from here.
Yeah, so I think they're going to go peel the guard. Rock's got last rock here.
Rock's going up, peel the center. Never a doubt.
Nope.
Straight peel. So Scheidegger's going to have to try and guard for a while here. And not sure at this angle who's actually third shot. Probably red at the back.
It looks like red in the back, but it's
close.
camera makes, yeah, it's red in the back. Bruno's got a perfect shot from the side here.
Surprise, surprise, Bruno's got a perfect shot of it.
He's on top of it.
Bruno, what will we do without you?
Yep.
This doesn't look like for a guard.
No, this is coming tight.
The sweepers are right off it here. They're saying it's in the rings. Casey's backed off to change her game plan here.
Gotta be careful. If this is in, they might give him a double. Oh, not a great angle. She could.
Oh no. Nope, that's it. That's right. The other mat, Mike is still down there.
I think this double, you throw it hard enough, it might squirt the top out even. Oh, might be a hair full, but
Well, not a bad result. So we just found out that Curler's Corner's arrived out there, so anybody needs some equipment can head on over there and check it out.
yeah, and support Bernice.
Got all the new, latest and greatest equipment.
I might have to go look at some new shoes maybe.
You and me both.
I don't know. So they're gonna play this.
Play the double here, or the run back double? Which double are we playing here?
I'm
Ward?
not
Or Wade?
sure.
Ward, Wade, whatever your name is.
Big shout out to Jeff Nickerson, stopping in the booth for a visit. Jeff, you want to come on the mic? No? Oh, he's running off. Jeff, come back.
Slow down, Jeff. Don't fall down the stairs. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Looks like red is sitting second, third, and fourth now. But yellow is still shot at the back four.
Yeah, still shot.
And throwing. This is a big end here. Usually the team that scores an 8 wins a majority of the games. You know, when you're in a 10-end game.
I don't know if that's true, but it
those
sounds like a good fact, but
even ends.
seems made up.
No, true story.
Seems so. No matter the scenario, if you score an 8.
Especially if you're in an 8-end game. This happens all the time you win. But, no, it's, if you go by the percentages, from what I've been told.
I'm assuming you mean in a tie game?
Well, of course. It's a close game.
You should probably verify.
Okay, let's talk about this correctly. If it's tied in a 10-end game and you score an 8, you're probably going to win majority of the games.
Yeah, you score on even ends.
All these teams would know that stat. And
possibly.
Better announcers would know those percentages.
Probably.
Too,
you could Google it.
We're
Deb,
just making it up.
You didn't know that, Deb?
She believes me.
Mike's used to, if he says it with authority, everyone just goes along with it and assumes he knows what he's talking about. But
yeah, I've got him fooled. For
no,
sure,
no.
all these years, yeah.
What was the other draw? Yeah, they have to play 8 no matter what. Come on, man. That's what they always do.
Okay,
and then they
6.
shook hands after
It's
7.
6. They got to play 6, okay? I've checked my facts. They have to play 6. I haven't really checked my facts, but I know they have to play 6. Next week when I'm up there at Men's Provincials on February 5th.
That's right. Watching your
Westlock,
son.
watching him. Try and qualify.
Somehow guilted him into taking you to fill in for him.
Yeah, he thinks I'll be able to maybe hold the broom and sweep a few rocks. Or
Poor Jacob has to miss for exams. Obviously, he
drunk
doesn't
on
want to
lab.
be
He
a
might
curler his whole life. He wants to.
Rumor is he's still trying real hard to get out of it, so I don't have to play. And the real reason is they didn't want to have to pay for an alternate to come, and they know I was coming anyway. Oh, great shot.
That was a really good shot.
Stuck around, too.
Sheeman's played well all week. We've had her on 2 games.
Yeah, 2 games so far.
She's played well.
Her delivery is so technically sound that she makes a lot of shots.
Well, Joe Richards showed up in the Alberta curling box.
We're just with her in a meeting upstairs.
Yep.
The
Must be
executive
cold
director-
down there. You could see her breath.
Executive Director of Curling Alberta. Camera guys are all getting set up for Sportsnet later tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Unfortunately, it won't be Wade and I doing the color commentary, but you'll be stuck with, I think, Kevin Martin and Rob Poltz, so sorry about that. We love them, but I know you'd rather listen to Wade and I. Well, who's second shot here, Wade? Can you tell by the
It's
logo over there?
I don't know. Do you got to look at it?
They're saying
Yeah, I think it's
red.
yellow.
Oh. Deadeye's
Deadeye?
telling-
What do you
Deadeye's telling me
figure?
red.
You think it's red?
Deadeye saying red.
If they go to measure, we'll just yell down. Forget it. Deadeye called it.
It's good. It's red. Do you think they'll take our word for this?
Well, if we
If
use
tell-
Deb's
if we
name.
tell them it's Deb.
She's well known for ever since she lost that one eye in the bar fight, and the other eye was strengthened, heightened to a higher level. Poor Deb. She's been riding her all week.
Oh, God. Puts herself through the torture every day. She's showing up. I can't believe it. Oh, we got 9-7 over there for Kaufman.
Oh, Kaufman scored. That's big. If Kaufman wins that game, all the rest are gone, right?
Well,
I guess whoever loses, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Skrillex and Scheidegger are still in it if they win.
Yeah, Kaufman, the big 3.
Wow. But Kaufman could knock out Scherrer and Vaughn.
And I think, did Kaufman not start 0-4? I think they
Kaufman
might.
started out, well, they definitely started out 0-3.
Yeah. I think they went 0-4, and this might be their 3rd win if they win this game. 3rd in a row.
Getting hot.
Is that right? Yeah, they were 0-4 to start.
Wow.
Good thing we did our background before.
That's right. I had no idea that happened, but, you know,
Deb was on top of it.
filled us in.
So where are they thinking with this?
Looking at playing a nose hit, sit 2. Got to stick around here, though.
And I guess we don't know for sure that they're... Rock thinks their shot over in the corner there, but it's got to be close.
Well, I'll tell you what. She needs to stick around no matter what to make it at least a measurement. Stick around and force her to play the nose hit and see what happens. Although, if they jam on the back one, does that take the top 2 out? No, I don't think so, but it'll be close.
Oh,
Made the double.
Rock's going to have the... This is,
So she looks like she's drawing.
she must think it's her if she's going to... Oh, yeah, they think it's them. I think Scheidinger's going to measure, though, because they looked like they thought it was red.
And I've seen teams make that mistake before, not knowing for sure. We'll see. Let's make this first one. Make this draw first, and then we'll see what happens. Definitely going to put a stick on it. They looked at it twice, so it's got to be close enough for a measure. So Walker's opened up, put a deuce in 8, has taken a 1-point lead over Skrillex now. And these games are back and forth here, back and forth. pretty good.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Well, we'll see if they measure this. No.
Oh, looks like
I can't believe Deb was wrong.
dead eye.
Well, I mean, it was one sheet over. She's been focused on this angle.
Maybe she got in a fight last night in the rear guard.
Maybe.
Well, it's
She was still there when I
natural
left, so I don't know.
Okay,
No.
When I got there this morning, she was there, but
No, she wasn't.
no, not true, I guess. Well, that was a big deuce by Team Rock.
Yeah.
Over there on sheet D, a lot of rocks in play. Hilker's looking
Oh,
to
timeout
draw.
on sheet C. There are only 2 rocks in. They called the timeout. I think they all wanted to get on the same page.
Yeah, well, Walker's got the 2 center guards up, so they're trying to decide what they're going to do. And the only options come around the middle. No, Skrillex timeout.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. Did they put it on?
No, they can't. Red was throwing, so it has to be.
But you're right. They got it backwards. That's Colin Wright up there. He dropped the ball. Come on, man.
That's definitely
One of our-
Red's timeout for sure. Skrillex
Another
timeout.
one of our volunteers, Colin Wright, up in the booth on the other side.
He's done a great job with the music and just blew that one.
Throwing the corner guard here.
Wow, great shot over there by Hoffman's team. A little hit and roll on sheet D. So right now Hoffman is line 1 over there on sheet D, and 1 and 2 we just reaffirmed.
So we're throwing the double corner here, eh, Mike? It's hard to tell. I got this lighting thing in the way, but going around the double corner. Well, Bruno's got it right here in front of me in the monitor.
So Joanne Yurko's telling us we need to be nice to Deb.
I thought we were.
I thought we were being nice to Deb.
Gord said that?
Gords. Oh, Gords. He's not even here.
Gord. What does he know? Now we're going to turn on Gord. It's Heather Rogers throwing, who's playing this game instead of Becca. Becca's taking the game off. So Susan O'Connor throwing here, 2010 Olympic silver medalist. She probably wants to say hi to her boy Oliver and her husband Todd. They're on their way out to Castor, Alberta for Memorial Bonspiel. So we wish them all the best.
Castor, Alberta. Well, we got alternate Heather Rogers playing today for Becca Hebert. There's obviously.
Geez, I wish I'd said that.
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
You
sending.
never listen.
No, the problem is I'm sending messages on my phone while we're live streaming here, trying to keep people posted on where we could end up. We've got to get it on websites, got to get it on Facebook. We're trying.
You got a lot of balls in the air, I'll give you that.
Man,
Working
there's
on
so
the
much
ice.
On the go. I'm just like trying to tell my ice crew that we got to be ready to go for 12:30
Yeah.
if this tiebreaker happens, and then
You're going to sleep for about a week when this event's over.
no, I got to go right down to U18 play downs, then up to men's.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Hopefully my wife will drive and I'll sleep. Oh yeah, she's taking over the world now. I don't ever get to drive anymore. There was a time she hated driving.
Now she prefers it.
Now she's just scared of my driving. So
It's just easier.
yeah, she doesn't want to take her. She wants to take her life in her own hands, not mine.
So Sheeman's just going to play the hit here.
Yeah, Kelsey's pretty happy to run this out here and maybe get a force out of this somehow.
Yeah, they'd be
know.
very happy with the force here. So Walker took a 2 last end, so it's up 6-5 on Skrillex.
Skrillex trying to get out of this end and with a blank somehow, but right now Walker's sitting shot, top 4 and throwing.
And Hilker right now is trying to play a cross-house double to lie 2. Hilker's already in the playoffs. They're
Maybe
4-2
lie
coming into this game. Do you think that's biting up top there? It
think
might
so.
be to lie 3, actually.
I think so,
But they got to stick the shooter. No, they went under.
so
That might have been their chance there.
man, oh man, this is too close to call right now. What's going to happen?
If Kaufman wins that game, that would eliminate Shear and Vaughn.
At least we'd be down to 2 tiebreaker games instead. I mean,
Well, if Kaufman wins and Skrillex loses and Scheidegger loses, there are no tiebreakers.
no tiebreakers. I know. Oh, it's kind of confusing.
Walker's running low on time, actually. 6 minutes. I mean, they still got lots of time, but not in comparison to Skrillex. Skrillex got just about 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Playing quick out there. Nobody really seems to be having any issues with time. These ladies are pretty decisive in the hack, and front end is ready to go. Test. Oh, yeah. We're good now, Deb. Thank you.
Oh, I think she might go right past this.
Well, slip to the back.
She's probably shot. Probably still shot.
Still here?
But Scheidegger now has one buried and throwing.
Yeah, she could tap and roll on this.
Joan McCusker looks like she's absolutely frozen down there.
I don't feel bad for her. When she came in, she made lots of comments about how old looking I am today and rough looking. So
Oh, man.
she's so hard on me.
Well,
I mean, I get it. I'm not aging well, but still, you don't have to point it out every time you see me.
you don't look a day
I
under
d-
55.
I do
Wade.
look in a mirror, so I already know.
Wade, you don't look a day under 55.
That's the problem. I'm 45.
Oh, yeah.
Geez, that's pretty good shot. Pretty good shot. I don't know if they're line. I think they're only line 1 though.
It's okay.
Red's line 1.
I'd say so.
Well, shout out to my buddy Dean Davies. He's listening online. Him and I work together lots. Just a fantastic sales guy, that Dean.
Is he?
Yeah.
And what company does he work for? Could give him a shout out there.
Yeah, Ecall Electric. That's the company we both work for.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Little shout out to your companies there.
He's much older than me though. But he looks, see, he's much older, but he looks 45 and I look 55, but I think it might be the opposite.
Top 4 here. We got to curl a bit. It's got to curl a little bit here. Well, it looks like it's finishing in there strong. Can't hurt it, they're saying. Looks like it's going to be frozen in there. Oh.
Yeah. You know what? She might have loaded it up, though, to...
They already were second.
Oh, okay. Did you get third shot over there?
They got it to curl enough that's in the crotch that I don't think you can afford to play it.
I think you got to draw for 2. Draw for your 2. That's all they got right now.
I don't hear Mike's all of a sudden.
Mike's quieter.
Oh, Mike's quieter?
Duh.
Oh, there, I hear you good now.
It's because the shakes have gone away.
So you're almost back to normal.
Back
That's
to
pretty
normal
good.
Pretty soon. Yeah, I know. Thank God for Advil.
It's a good thing Joan
water.
didn't see you this morning. She might have made
Oh
hurtful
my
comments
God.
to you instead of me.
She would have saw me sleeping out in the lounge out there in the chair. And we got a timeout here by Team Scheidegger. Like to say we're going to listen in, but they don't have mics on this morning, so since this wasn't our feature game, we're just giving you some bonus coverage here from the 2020 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Might be the last game that we do if we don't end up using Sheet A anymore.
If we have no tiebreakers, all the games will be on Sheet C. We'll have 1 game of draw on Sheet C, and we are expecting a packed house. It's busy this morning for an 8:30 game. Where are these people coming from? We see Rob Folds in the crowd again this morning. He's getting a inside track on some information. You know, he's probably putting his effort in to do some homework so he has something to talk about tomorrow, not like us.
We could sit down with him later and go
Help
over
him out
it,
if he
review.
wants.
Give them some good Deb McLaren stories. Throw them out there. They're probably going to want you in the booth, Deb.
Well, they need somebody to point out the who's shot rock.
Yeah.
But
and
Deb
correct
was,
us when we
make
say
mistakes.
the wrong thing.
Deb was wrong today, so I don't know.
Well, I
She
can't
might
blame
have lost
you.
her job.
That was one sheet over. You
Yeah,
can't see everything.
That's true. That's true. We'll let it off though.
Yet to be wrong on the TV sheet.
So what did they decide to do here, Wade? Looks like they're going to throw the out-turn draw.
Yeah,
for
I think
2.
they're just drawing for 2. They're going to go to that far outside edge of the 4-foot.
By the way Casey slides, you'd figure she's from Manitoba.
Yeah.
That tuck slide. Weight's all, pressure's all on the sweepers right now.
This is really hanging out there. They got to get all the way to the 4-foot. This is staying there. That stayed there the whole way. Might be a little bit straighter out in that wing. She had pretty good weight. She was probably T-line, eh?
Pretty close, yeah. But we've noticed her rocks do run a little bit straighter than the rest of her team, so.
timeout here and talk about it. The Shy Digger team, they've all been staying on a Airbnb just outside of town. Obviously a little baby with them, so I think Casey's mom has been staying with them and taking care of the baby.
So we've got our social media director on her way up for Facebook, so that as soon as these games are over, we're going to post the draw or post the times for the next draw directly onto our Facebook page. So if you get a chance, check into Facebook and you'll be able to see where we go from here based on tiebreakers.
Ninth end, Walker stole one on Skrillex, so now playing 10. Walker is 2 up without on Skrillex.
And Kaufman is actually up 10-7 over there.
Yeah, they stole another one. So
if everything finishes the way it is right now, we have no tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers. And Kaufman is straight in 4th place. So I think they're just going to draw the edges. They're going to try that same draw. Might be easier. Susan's looking at it. Might be easier to tap this outside red is what she's looking at. Katrina Workman's in the house.
Katrina's going to post everything on Facebook as soon as the draw is over here. She's warming up her fingers as we speak. There'll be a lot of typing, short period of time. We've got to let all our fans know what time the games are. They don't want to miss out. Although we will not be live streaming, I don't think, after this, depending on the sheets. But
depending on
what happens.
What happens, yeah. So we should might give a last shout out to all our sponsors, Town of Okotoks, who's been just incredible to deal with and have worked really hard to make this a successful event. Far Brewing, who's our beer sponsor in the lounge, and makes an incredible product. Come out and try. We have 4 different styles, so come out and try. I'm sure we have one of your favorites will be there.
Yep, that beer's won many awards here in Alberta and across Canada. So
I did like the pills, but I'm leaning more on the copper now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all blending together about midnight, though, so it's hard to say.
I know I won't be touching any today, unfortunately. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Well, I had enough last night to get me through for a couple of days.
Oh, they are slashing this.
Are they?
Yeah, they're up playing it.
They're playing a tap, it looks
Yeah,
like.
well,
I guess the only way to get to the side of the button, maybe?
I think the draw you just couldn't quite get there, but they're, I'm not sure. Oh, went by. It's just a little straighter in that spot, and
they got caught on it twice.
Yeah.
Just quite a bit out there.
So Shy Digger's going to be down 1, coming home without to rock. And it's not looking good for Hilker right now. Kaufman is line 2. So at this point, they're going to try and, over on sheet D, they're trying to freeze into the forfeit, but they need to generate a 3. coming home, and they only have 4 rocks to come. So that would guarantee Kaufman into a playoff. If they're able to pull that out. Yeah, I don't know though. I don't know who's doing it. Oh, it's Colin.
Well, Scheideder took her 1 and 9, and so Rock is up 1 with the hammer and 10 here.
Yeah, they're just about to run. Kaufman's just about to run Hilker out of rocks here, I think. Hilker's got to count 3. They have 1 in the house and no place to go.
So it looks like Vaughn and Scherrer might be eliminated here shortly.
So I'm going to leave this one high. Get her to center. So Rock's going to try the tick here again. The Atco box has been full the whole time, eh? Even this early morning draw, they were full, eh?
Loving the curling.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey?
Sheet D, she has the...
Oh, jammed it.
That was the double for the runner out of rocks, but...
So she's now over on sheet D. They jammed it and left a rock in the 8-foot that they could almost treat like a guard, and they could come around to the back 8 over on sheet D and lie 2.
What about freezing on the corner on the other side?
I think you come right around to the back of the house
Just
there.
to leave the run, but if you freeze,
Well, let her throw that run. That's how you get your 3, right? Like,
Yeah,
you throw this wide open, like they're just gonna peel it out.
No, but if you freeze on the other side so it doesn't go back, and it's thick enough, it jams over there on the wings.
Possibly, but
I mean,
I think if it was a hair higher, I think you're right, but I think it goes under.
well,
I still think the easier shot, though.
7/8 on that side.
I think the easier shot
Is to
to
wrap it
generate
all the
is
way
the
around.
wraparound,
Yeah, it's
though,
an
because it
easier
curls
shot.
so much. You know you can get around. Now they're gonna have to throw the runner, but that's your chance.
Yeah.
Is if they try and throw that runner, now you're. I think that's I'd call the timeout and do that, go around there, but
Not sure what they call it.
they called the freeze.
I'd freeze. I'd play the freeze, but I'd play it on the other side. I don't think freezing on this side does anything for you. They're just going to rip it out. But if you freeze on the other side, you have a chance to jam over on the wing there.
Even if you showed them half a rock and they tried to pick it, they might accidentally get their own.
Exactly. Lots of line. Then I'd be going all the way back.
Yeah, get her. She's back there.
She might accidentally do what she's supposed to here.
Go behind. You don't even have to be. Oh, Oh, you know what? That didn't basically accomplish the same thing.
Yeah, gotta play the run back.
Yeah. So they might have a.
So if Kaufman makes this shot,
She makes this, it's over. She misses it. They're going to go an extra. These runbacks are never a sure thing. Sometimes you get a little geared up and you throw a little hard, and
that will eliminate a couple teams for sure.
good shot. Kate Cameron just made a double against Skrillik. It's getting real tough for Skrillik here.
Scheidegger's in a lot of trouble here, trying to steal her way back in this game.
Oh, they're trying to get this to curl over on sheet D on the run back. Oh, she got it, nailed them both. Great
double,
shot.
So that is eliminated. Sure
and Vaughn are gone now.
Kaufman wins 3 in a row to go to 3 and 4.
Yeah, after starting 0-4, I'm sure they didn't foresee a playoff run. There's a possibility now of no tiebreakers.
There's a possibility of no tiebreakers.
Well, for sure there would only be, well, it could still be 2 tiebreakers if it worked.
Both Skrillik
and Scheidegger win.
Scheidegger win. There'd be 2 tiebreakers.
But no longer 5 teams in.
No longer 5-team tiebreaker. And Scheidegger's.
Kaufman's getting hot at the right time. They're going to go into the playoffs hot. 3 wins in a row.
Yep.
And they beat the number 3 ranked team now.
They'll have those 2 teams possibly could meet this afternoon.
Yeah, that could be the 3-4 game.
We know the 1-2 game is going to be Rock and Walker tonight at 6:30. Scheidegger got to know she's got to win now because they're going to be eliminated if she doesn't win. So. And Skrillik's got to know they're in a must-win, but they at least have the hammer over there sitting 4th shot. They could play a little freeze in there. It'll be hard to remove.
They're trying to freeze this right up to the face. Might have a little bounce.
I don't know why. Skrillik over there is playing a Rock top 12. I think I'd be coming right into the pack here.
Yeah, you could
I don't know
put
why
that
you're
right
wasting
in the
a Rock here to go top 12. But
yeah, you could put that right in the crotch and make it real hard.
yeah, it won't be hard to remove. You got to generate your points in the
Even
race
if you sat on the one off to the right on the corner of it, you could load it up into the back one if they tried to hit it.
Sheeman's going to run.
And that's where they're going with it. On Skrillik's sheet.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they're trying to leave this high.
I'm not sure why.
You got to at least count the one. Oh, count the one in the back there.
But they're not. I don't know why they're worried about.
Oh, Walker's calling the timeout. They're going to take a look at this. They're in control. They're lying 3. And I think Taylor just came down and she's saying, let's just go to the 4-foot. Like, what are they going to do if we go there?
I don't know about you, but I'm ripping that top one myself.
Well, this is Walker's first. Yeah, I think I'll definitely rip with the first one.
Yeah, I mean, you're...
With the last one, if this was the situation with the last one, I'd be going around. But
I think at the situation with the last one, throwing at the board, you can't even win.
Yeah.
There's no shot to win.
No, you're right.
I guess the only mistake they're worried is that they jam, but I just... I'd rather eliminate rocks when I'm up 2 here.
Really good.
Wow, nice shot.
Really
by
good.
Scheidegger.
Really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kelsey's going to play a draw to it.
Kelsey's got last rock here.
Well,
I mean, she could.
She could just hammer it and move it out of the 8-foot.
Yeah, she could, or she could go hit the open one and roll back to center, or.
But she's freezing down
If
in
she
there.
ever come down here and crossed it a little bit and didn't get shot out of it,
She might leave in a bigger pocket, and then she'll have to
she
draw the 4-foot.
might be drawn against 2 or 3.
Yeah. The back yellow's not really helping her right now, so. So they decided over on sheet C to draw into the pocket and sit 4.
That's really good. It's going to take both those rocks they have left just to clear up the 4-foot.
Well, great shot by Rock.
Yeah.
Put it right in the spot. But I think Casey can hammer that yellow and sit 3 maybe. She might be able to squirt that out. And
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Looking at the TV here now. It looks like it might go, but they're not looking at it. They're looking at freezing, but you're right. It might go. Now, granted, they're trying to make it as tough as possible.
yeah.
The freeze here gets you as close to the 4-foot as you can, and she's probably going to draw at that point.
Yeah, freeze is real tough, and I think if you
make it, she's going to have to hit the 4-foot, but yeah, slash this.
even smash it right
Dead
on
nose
the nose.
hard.
Dead nose hard, and get rid of both yellows
Yeah.
and sit 3, and she's got to draw
Make her
against
draw
the
against
lost.
3, right?
And if you
Casey
hit-
had this situation last night, and she ended up coming short. Remember, she
Yeah,
had to draw the
that's right.
4-foot for the win against Shearer, and it just dug in at the end. You just gotta make sure you squirt that yellow out, though, if it sticks around in the.
Well, Skrillex has 3 red in the rings, but she's going to have to remove.
She's gonna have to make an impossible triple.
Great
Oh, she
throw
made her.
by Casey. All right.
Oh, big draw. Draw for the win.
Draw for the win, and basically almost either win or lose. I don't think you can. It's hard to beat right in between.
Well, they're
those
so
2
close.
reds.
All the
They're
rocks
close.
are so close. That
So,
yeah. Making her look at 3. A lot can go wrong.
So Scheidegger's praying for a mistake here. Kelsey, all she got to do is touch the full 8-foot for the win. And Walker's over there trying to play a hit and roll over to make Skrillex shot tough for the win. So the action is coming right down to the last shots here. Here comes Walker's delivery, and Rock's delivery at the same time. So Rock's on the draw. Sweepers seem to like it. Sweepers seem to like it. They're sweeping it a little bit here just to hold it. They got
Yeah, she's got her.
She's
That
got her.
eliminates Scheidegger.
Scheidegger is eliminated.
The number 1 seed coming in.
And last year's wild card team at the Scotties
Yeah.
has now been eliminated.
And if
And we know this year the
Skrillex doesn't make the triple here, we won't even have a tiebreaker.
Won't even have a tiebreaker.
I don't even see a triple, but
I don't think it's even there.
Can they hit it super thin across the face and get all three? But they're playing it on the nose. Maybe it's there.
Can't tell from this angle if it's lined up to touch it. They only have to just move it. Well, they got to move it out the 12 foot, so.
They got to get all three of them going. They do have the two kickers, but I don't know. I think the only way to make this would be going straight across the face with a rocket about
here we go.
7/8. Oh, it was close. It was way closer than we thought.
Well, that's it.
No tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers.
Unbelievable.
So, at the end of the day, we finish with Kaufman sitting in fourth and setting up a rematch with Hilker today at 1:30.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how it always works out? It could be everybody in, and it goes to no tiebreakers at all.
So we got a Kaufman-Hilker game at 1:30 today in the 3-4 game, and then followed by the 1-2 game tonight at 6:30, which will highlight Rock versus Walker. And then that'll lead to, from there, we're right into the playoffs tomorrow morning on Sportsnet. So thanks, Wade, for...
thanks, Mike. You did an awesome job.
Done a good job all week. I mean,
this is probably our last
hard to believe
game.
you know that much about curling, but I was quite impressed.
I know. Well,
it's been an exciting time, and thanks for our production crew. Big shout out to Kirk Gruno for all his hard work.
And Cohen Gruno and Deb McLaren.
And Banff Curling Club for letting us use the equipment.
6:30 is the final.
6:30 is the final. 1:30 is the 3-4 game. So.
Or 6:30 is the last draw tonight.
6:30 is the 1-2 game.
Well,
thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks for all your hard work. And my wife, Atina.
Thanks to all our volunteers and the ice crew. Great job. Okay, talk to you. Enjoy the rest of the event. If you're in town, come down, buy a ticket.
2:30, because he said 2 o'clock.
I don't have my tickets here. My tickets are in the vehicle.
I've got a photo of the tickets.
Back of the ticket?
No, the times on the tickets.
Oh, do you?
I posted it.